My name is Captain David Zielinski. I am from Winslow, New Jersey. I am here with the 151st TIOG out of Queens, New York. 6-man detachment here at NTMA. My job here is the Afghan media outreach, and our job is to network with Afghan media outlets so that the Public Affairs Office can go forth and communicate the good efforts that the ANSF are doing out there and broadcast that to the Afghan public, who is the one who really needs to know what's going on. On 9/11, I was actually at my co-op. I was a co-op at Drexel University, but I was working for Comcast. I just showed up in the morning, and it was one of these things where I'd actually sat down and started doing work. And then one of the other guys in the office came in and said, "Hey, did you see what's going on TV?" And it's like, no. And then once again went to the break room where everybody was gathered around TV. So I remember that very vividly. And but as far as how that impacted me, I was actually already in the ROTC at that point. I had been in for 3 years. I believe I was a junior in college. How it kind of transitioned was, I was in training in university as a cadet, and there was no war going on at that time. So it was, wasn't sure what the future was going to hold, whether it was going to be a peacetime. But then that kind of fast forwarded everything. Being as a cadet, that I knew we were going into a war after that, and it quickly escalated from there, to coming here, and then also Iraq and so forth. I mean, it was, I guess, more disbelief than anything, but I think it was not necessarily a particular moment, but that, the whole day afterwards. I remember trying to drive home, and just the chaos, even in everybody's minds on the road, the traffic, everybody was heading home. They said, "Hey, we're not," they called off work and everything like that. And it's just the magnitude of it kind of set in throughout the day that, this was going to have a major impact in the future. And then once again, being as a cadet, that, graduating in a year and a half, that this would probably have something to do with my future and where I'd be. So I remember coming in my first tour here, and you would see an element that would be police, of Afghan police, and be 8 men or so forth, and they looked nothing like an organized element, had no training. Basically, somebody had handed them a weapon and said, you're a police officer now. Compared to years later, I mean, they have formed divisions. I mean, they look and they act, for the most part, like an organized element that can actually execute missions and provide security. The other thing I think was the infrastructure, because the first time I was here, we never saw paved roads. We never saw anybody with internet. Cell phones were very, very limited. But with that infrastructure improvement, that will provide commerce, and it's the structure of society. Basically, the infrastructure is starting to build up, and I think that means that the country is progressing from what I saw years ago, of almost like a Stone Age type scenario, into modern life, where people have health care, people can participate in government through technology and so forth, and be informed and educated and so forth. It makes you feel good.